afternoon, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to another day of ranking. Got some good stuff today, but before we start, we're going to have a little bit of a rant. Now, yesterday we had XTC ranking the albums, which I did for someone that suggested. As I said yesterday, I haven't got many of their albums, so I went and got them off Spotify, sat and listened to them, and then I did the show. So, can I just remind you guys, when I rank these albums, doesn't matter what band it is, it's my personal review. Doesn't mean that it's the right one or the wrong one. It's my personal view. So, I looked at the comments today, and apparently because I ranked the debut album of XTC at the bottom, he switched off. Now, these channels are designed to form discussions and debates. Now, the simple answer, if your favourite album happens to be my worst, don't put catty messages. Watch the video, and then in the box below, comments, put your ranking, and then we can start a discussion. That's the adult way of doing things. Not throwing our toys out the pram. End of rant. Anyway, what have we got today? We are going to be looking at the Finnish symphonic metal band known as Nightwish. Really good band. Been into them for many a year. The band was formed in 1996 by the keyboardist. Now, my Finnish is not good, so I do apologise. As you know, I'm not very good at these Scandinavian pronunciations. I think it's Thomas Popelvine, or Popelvine, guitarist Eppu Verenium, and their former lead singer Tiara Turunum. Their current members is Thomas, whatever his name is, Eppu Verenium, Troy Donkley, he plays ukulele and pipes and tin whistles. You got Thomas on the keyboards, Eppu on guitars. Then we got Bouzouki Bodrum male vocals, and the new lady singer Floor Jansen, and then you've got Kyle Hato on drums, and the other people we've had Sammy Bensker on bass, Tarara Turunum on vocals, Annette Olsen on vocals, Yuka Nilvinum on drums, and Marco Helta on the bass. So they had 9 albums up to date. So let's get started on the albums. Okay, coming in at number 9 is their 8th album from 2015, Endless Forms of Beautiful. This is the first album that featured Floor Jansen on vocals. It was the first album that Troy Donkley was an official member, and now the drummer, who's at the moment is Yuka Nilvinyan, he took a break from this due to he had severe insomnia apparently. So the drumming was done by Carl Hatto of Winterson. Before we start, I'm going to make this. I love every album that Nightwish have put out. I prefer others than this one. Doesn't mean this is a crap album. This doesn't mean I hate it. I love this album. Thought I'd get that in. Okay then. First track on this song is called Shudder the Beautiful, Before the Beautiful. Oh, this is a solid start to, for a new singer. Great track, great riffs in this. Awesome track. Then we get Weak Fantasy. Another good track. One thing about Nightwish, you always get these dramatic starts very operatic and always big, not small starts, huge starts. There's some great harmonies in this, great vocals, great riffs, really, really good track. Then we get Iain. This is quite mellow for Nightwish. Hello, Rocky's coming, clip clop, clip clop. Bit mellow for this band, but I do like the track. It shows that this Floor has got a good voice. Then we get Yours Is an Empty House, Hope. Solid track with some nice strong riffs. Then we get Decades in the Sun, a really mellow track, but I do like that one. It's nice to have a bit of different sort of moods on these albums, because though I enjoy the 100-mile-an-hour blistering stuff, you need a break from that now and again. Then we get My Walden. Oh, the Ulandian pipes on this are superb. As everyone knows, I'm really into that Celtic sound with rock music, and this is a fine example of what I like. Then we get the title track, Endless Forms of Most Beautiful. This reminds me, it's a very good track, it reminds me of another band that we'll be ranking, an Imperial Age. Very, very similar sort of thing. Now, who was copying who for this track? I mean, it's a great song, but you just wonder who got the idea first. Then we get Edema Rio, another solid track, some really nice guitar work on that. Then we get Up and Glow. It's quite a commercial sounding song, but like most of this album is, but I do like it. Then we get The Eyes of Sharabat Gula. This is a great rocker, really is impressive. And the last track on the album is The Greatest Show on Earth. What an awesome track this is. It's a 5-part mini dramatic, operatic, whatever you want to call it. Terrific. Got some awesome bits in this. It's got everything you need. You know, it's got ukulele pipes, it's got great guitar riffs, it's got a good bass line, a great vocal from Floor. Really hit the mark with that. Terrific song to end the album. Now, a new thing I'm going to do, I'm going to mark them out of 10. I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give it a 6, because it's still, you know, it's their first, actually it's the first album that she's done, and it's just finding your feet, but it's a very, very good album. Okay then, coming in at number 8 we have their latest album, come out just last year, Human Nature. The drummer that had insomnia, he couldn't carry on, so Carl Hayto took over full time. Really, really good album, and this was the last album before Marco Hayto left, and you've got Floor Jansen on the vocals again. This is a solid album again. First track, Music, another one of them great dramatic starts, great keyboard from Thomas, choral, vocal is great, brilliant. Second track, Noise. This is another belter, absolutely out the park again. Great effects, great riffs. I just love this dramatic, operatic sound that this band produce. That's why I like every album. There's nothing weak about these albums at all. Third track, Shoemaker. Very solid, good rocker, just what you need. Then we get Harvest. God, I love the drums on this. They're very gentle, and it's a great duo between I think it's Marco and Floor. Really complement each other. Then we get Pan. It's another one of those great Nightwish dramatic tracks. Can I just momently, oi, you, stop having a nibble. Got a dog that likes to nibble his feet now and again. So if I give him a kick, you know why. No, I wouldn't do that to him. I just have to tell him. He's stopped anyway. Right, where was we? Interruptions today. How's the Heart? It's another one of these mellow tracks. It's got a really nice riff though. It sort of comes in and out of the track, great. Then we get Possession even. Another dramatic song with a great vocal from Floor. I think everyone thinks that, you know, that the original vocalist was the best, and you know, when you fill in big boots like that, she has got the lungs to do it. Okay, next track, Tribal. This is mystique, mythical, great drums, eerie riffs. It's just an awesome track, my favourite off the album. Terrific song. Then we get Endless, another great track. When you get this, you get a second disc. It's a track called All the Works of Nature Adorn the World. This is just an amazing orchestral piece from start to finish. It's split up into 8 parts. It's hard to rank this, and all I'm going to say is the whole thing is fantastic. Give it a listen yourself. It's on Spotify. It's an amazing piece of music. So I'm going to give this album a 7 because they, you know, second album with the new singer, she's well bedded in and she's put some terrific performances on this album. Okay then, coming in at number 7 is their 7th album. Came out in 2011. It's their second, and there was a last album that featured Annette Olsen on vocals. This album's called Imaginaerum. It's a terrific album. Again, Annette's different vocal style, but still absolutely nails it. First track is called Takivalinja, which is Finnish for Magic Winter. Love this start. It's Marko Haita singing. He sings it in Finnish, which actually adds to this track. Then we get Story Time, storming track. Heavy riffs, or very orchestral, lots of operatic sort of style stuff, really good. Then we get Ghost River, great guitar on this, and then it goes into the orchestral sound and you get a great vocal from Annette. Superb song. Then we get Slow Love Slow. As it says, this starts very slow, but it's got a bit of jazz to it. Adds another element to this band. Very jazzy, and Annette's voice in this is terrific. Then my favourite track, called I Want My Tears Back. This is heavy, very heavy, but you got the Iain pipes in this, so it's a great rocker with some Celtic feel. My favourite track on the album. Then we get Scar Tail, or Scarlet Tail, whatever they pronounce it. Very like Halloween this is. It's got lots of orchestral pieces in it, great riffs, great double bass drumming, awesome track. Then we get an instrumental called Arab something. Middle Eastern flavour to this track. I do like that Middle Eastern sound on rock music. Terrific track. Then we get a track called Turn Loose the Mermaids. This is a quite slow song. This actually reminds me of the sort of stuff that Blackmore's Night do. Now, if you don't know who they are, they're Richie Blackmore's Renaissance band. We will be doing a ranking on them at some stage. Really good. We got Candice Night, that his wife sings for Blackmore Night, and this track reminds me so much of that. Then we get Rest Calm. Love the riffs in this. It's slow and then you get these heavy riffs that interburst with the song. Super track. Then we get a track called The Crow and the Owl and the Dove. Nice acoustic sounding track. Got a nice duo with Annette and Mika. Really play off each other well in that track. Really good. Then we get The Last Ride of the Day. Really good track. Very steady track. Then we get one of their mini epics. It's called Song for Myself. It's 13 minutes and it's got a storyline in it. It's got someone telling the story. You've got opera. You've got rock. You've got prog metal. You've got... It's just an amazing piece of music. Then we get the title track, Imaginaerum. It's another brilliant mixture of band and rock band and orchestra. Fantastic album, ender. Really good. So I'm going to give this one 7.2. It's a really good album. Okay, coming in at number 6, we have the debut album from 1997, Angels Fall First. So this has got Tara Tunnerum singing. I like all the singers, but this girl has got a set of lungs on her that are unbelievable. She can sing anything. Absolutely fantastic vocalist. So the first track on the album is called 11 Path. Very eerie start, but you've got Tara's voice on this is just amazing. I just love that track. Then we get Beauty and the Beast. This is a good track because you've got Thomas and Tiara playing off each other. It's a story. You've got Beauty and the Beast, of course. It's a really good track. Really good play between each other. Then we get the Carpenter. Heavy riff in this. Oh. The drumming again, it's just solid as you like. It's got a blistering vocal again. Then we get Astral Romance, heavy guitar start to this, really heavy, really dirty, grungy sound, and it's just a very solid track. Then we get the title track, Angels Fall First. Now this is the first of many of the tracks where you've got an acoustic guitar and flute and Tara singing. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful song, wonderful lyrics, superb. Then we get a track called Tutankhamun. This is a superb track again. It's got that Egyptian feel to it, very mystical, and again Tara's voice is just unbelievable. Then the next track, Nymphatic Fantasia, acoustic-ish sort of guitar riff, and then you've got some dirty electric guitar riffs, absolutely blinding track. Then we get a track called Why the Nightingale Sings, just another great solid rock track from Nightwish. Then we get a mini epic called Lapland. This is a masterpiece. It's progressive metal at its best, but having the voice that you've got with this, it just gives it that extra layer, and it is absolutely superb. What a great debut album. 8 out of 10 for me. Okay, coming in at number 5 is Century Child. Came out in 2002, 4th album. It's the first album that featured vocalist and bassist Marco Hietala. And this is the first album that actually had an orchestra on it. Before that they'd done the keyboards, but now they've got a full orchestra blasting it out, and it's a terrific album. You know, from now on, I mean, they're all brilliant, but they just get even better now. So the first track on here is called Bless This Child. I love the choral orchestral start to this, and it just builds into an awesome rocker. From one minute you think, oh, very chat, and then boom, heavy rock. Then we get End of All Hope. It's one of these great tracks with orchestral and rock combined brilliantly, and again the vocal on it is unbelievable. Then we get Dead to the World. Oh, the keyboard on this, oof. Fast and heavy. I don't know how he keeps up with the melody on this. The keyboardist, he's just unbelievable. His fingers must be all over the place. Then we get Ever Dream. This is another sort of mellow track, but it has these riffs that just keep coming in. Little sharp 2 or 3 second bits of guitar. Really good how they do that. Really good. Slaying the Dreamer. This is just good old fashioned heavy metal. Great track. Then we get Forever Yours. This is very Celtic. Love the song. Then we get Ocean Soul. Another great track. Solid as you like. Then you get Feel For You. This is a bit different, but they pull it off. It's a great track. It's just a different sort of sound, but the vocal from Tiara is fantastic. Okay, next track is a cover. It's The Phantom of the Opera. This is a great track. Anyway, I love the song, but this version absolutely blows the original away. The play between Thomas and Tara on this is unbelievable. Now in the playlist I've put the live version of on for you to watch. It's mind-blowing. I mean, if you're going to cover a great song like this, do it with style, and they have. Absolutely belts it out the park. Then we get Beauty and the Beast. It's a bit different from the one off the first album, but it's a good solid track. This is an 8 out of 10 without a doubt. It just oozes brilliance. Coming in at number 4 then is the third album from 2000, Wishmaster. Another solid album. Opens up with She Is My Sin. A great way to start the album. Heavy, hard hitting. Then you get the King's Slayer. This is a stonker. Absolutely blows you away. And it's an orchestral sort of start, and then it goes into a really heavy track. Great guitar work all through the track. Shredding, riffs, you name it, it's on there. Then we get Come Cover Me. Slow start, but it builds up into a great rock track with one of the best solos I have heard on these albums. Then we get Wanderlust. Proper prog metal track this is. Great guitar, great keyboards that play each off here, lots of double guitar. It's what, to me, progressive metal is all about. Then we get Two for Tragedy, and it's one of them ones with Tara, choir, flute. I just love listening to this. Then we get the title track, Wishmaster. great track. It's got choral in it, it's got orchestral, and it rocks. Then we get Bear Grace Misery, Solid As You Like, more great guitar work on that. Drumming on it is blistering. Then we get Crownless. Oh, some shredding on this and a half. And it's got a great drum beat. It's a terrific song, heavy, hard hitting. And then we get Deep Silent Complete. This starts off with a guitar solo, and then you get one of them amazing vocals from Tara. What more do you want? Then we come to my favourite track on the album, Dead Boy's Poem. This is such a dramatic track. You've actually got a young lad reading this poem. It's quite moving. It's a mini dramatic opera. It is so good. And the lad that did the reading the poem nailed it. It was very, very good. Then we get Fantastic Mick. It's a belter to end the album. It's blistering, hard hitting. And that album, I'm going to mark it 8.5. Purely the half is for Dead Boy's Poem. Awesome track. Okay, we're getting close to the top, and coming in at number 3 is the second album from 1998, Oceanborn. This is a brilliant album. I just love every track on here. I love all these tracks. First track called Stargazers. This is just one of them dynamite tracks from Nightwish that just oozes from your speakers. Pure brilliance. Then we get Gethsemane, another awesome track. Now there's a piano. The piano on this is brilliant, and it sort of intertwines with the keyboard. So God knows how Thomas did this. Probably a lot of overdubbing, but it's incredible how they play off each other. Absolutely brilliant. Again, if you remember Richie Blackmore and John Lord, how they played off each other on stage, this is the same with this piano and keyboard. Absolutely blistering. Then we get my favourite track on the album, Devil in the Deep Dark Ocean. It's one of them tracks where you got Thomas is singing this really gruffly evil voice, obviously he's the devil, and then you got Tara with the response. Absolutely brilliant track. Proper heavy rock track. Awesome stuff. And then we get Sacrament of the Wilderness. Some astonishing keyboard effects. Another great drumming performance, and very heavy riffs. Very heavy riffs. Then we got Passion and the Opera. This is just another classic prog metal song oozing greatness. I can't describe it any more than that. It does blow your head away. It's all these songs do it. There's just something. You don't put one track on, you put the whole album on and let it go. That's how good I like this band. Then we get Swan Heart. This is a lovely piano and vocal piece. It's probably the best one that Tara did with the band. Fantastic. Then we go into Moon Dance, and it's basically carrying on from Swan Heart but without vocal. Terrific. These two songs work lovely together. Then we get The Riddler, and this has got my favourite guitar solo on here. It's just purely bending the strings, you name it, I love it. It's a great track. It's quite a slow track, but the guitar solo just brings it to an extra level. Then we got the Pharaoh Sails to Orion. It's another. It's like that. The Devil and the Deep Dark Ocean. It's got the two vocalists playing off each other. And again, this has got some great piano in it. And how the hell he keeps up with the rest of the band, because this track really rocks. So you've got basically a piano solo at full belt. Unbelievable. Next track, Walking in the Air. It's the cover of Howard Blake's song from The Snowman. All I'll say, this is far better than Ali Jones' version. It's very much like in the same vein, orchestral, but what makes this special that they have this little bit of guitar riff coming in now and again, and that's why it's far better than the original. It's awesome. And the last track on the album, Sleeping Sun, another one of these great rock tracks from Nightwish. You can't, it's just hard to, I find it very hard to put into words. They are just so brilliant on what they do. So this album gets a 9, purely for the best version of Walking on the Air, Working in the Air, Walking in the Air even. Ali Jones, eat your heart out, because that's better. Okay then, coming at number 2 is the album from 2004, The Fifth, Once. This is the last album that featured Tiara Turnham, and what a way to go out. Absolutely brilliant. Dark Chest of Wonders is the first track. It's got a heavy stabbing riff, and the keyboards just, again, they work around that riff. He puts it, the keyboard comes in at just the right minute and gives it that extra special. Then we get Wish I Had an Angel, very solid track, good rocker. Then we get Nemo. This starts very slow and just gets better and better, and it builds up to a huge keyboard piece. Fantastic. Then we get Planet Hell. It's one of them operatic rock tracks, awesome drums and keyboards again, another blistering vocal, terrific song. Then we get Creek Mary's Blood. This is another prog metal gem. Everything you think about prog metal, that track's got it. Terrific song. He's got everything. He's got the great vocal, the great drums, great guitar work. Awesome track. Then we come to my favourite track on the album, The Siren. This is one of them orchestral rockers with some dirty metal riffing and some atmospheric vocal to go along with it. Just makes it the best track on the album. Then we get Dead Gardens. This is why I like heavy metal. That's what I put in my notes. It does what it says on the tin. Great. Then we get Romanticize. Another great operatic metal classic from the band. Just love it when you've got orchestra, heavy guitars, awesome drumming, and a stonking vocal. Makes for a great song. Then we get Ghost Love Score, a great mini rock opera. It's just dramatic, killer vocals, tells the story out the top drawer. Absolutely superb song. Then we got one that's in, the title's in Finnish, Kuljel Teki Tilanyam, which means death makes an artist. It's a classical, it's more of a classical piece, and I just love it. Then we get the last track on the album, is called Higher Than Hope. It's in memory of their friend, artist and DJ Mark Bruland, who did join them on stage in 2003. just before he died of cancer, aged 30. Great track and a fitting tribute. I shall give this album a 9 out of 10. Good, it's a good album for Tiara to sign off on. Absolutely brilliant album. So my number one album of Nightwish is their 6th album, Dark Passion Play, came out in 2007, and it was the first album that featured the vocalist Annette Olsen. Now, when you've had Tiara Truman singing for Nightwish for many years and she leaves, it's a big pair of boots to fill. And boy did Annette do it. First track on the album is a 13.5, nearly 14 minutes, called The Poet and the Pendulum. She killed it, absolutely killed it. Brilliant track. She is such an amazing vocalist. And it's very brave to put the first track on a new album with a new singer and have it a 13.5 minute prog epic. Brilliant. My favourite track on the album, my favourite piece of music by Nightwish. She just blew it, knocked it out of the park on that terrific song. Then we get Bye Bye Beautiful. Great rocker. Thomas does a lot of the singing on this, and he's got a great voice, proper death metal voice, great stuff. Then we get Armanath, another storming track. Great vocal from Annette, you know, proving that she is a great vocalist, and she wasn't scared to give it all. Brilliant track. Then we get Condense, Her Last Breath. Great vocal from Annette. Great rock track as well. Then we get Master of Passion Greed. This is one of the heaviest songs that Nightwish recorded. It starts off very, very thrash metal. You got Thomas singing. It's heavy, very heavy. Great double bass drumming, and then all of a sudden it goes back into what we know as Nightwish, and Annette takes over singing. It's amazing, and it's done with such good flow. Terrific song. Then we get Eva. This is a slow track. Annette just delivers this. It's a different style to Tiara singing, but she just nailed it. Then we get Sahara. It's another great dramatic operatic track. Heavy, mystique. It delivers a great vocal. Then we get Whoever Brings the Night. Heavy track. I'll tell you one thing with Annette, she sings these heavier tracks really well. I think she's got the lower range to do that. She's really good at it, and she's really gives it all on that track. Brilliant track. Then we got For the Heart I Once Had. Solid track with a great guitar solo. Then we get The Islander. Some more heavy riffs on this with a great drum beat all the way through. The next track, Last of the Wilds. This is the only track I know, it's an instrumental, that the actual lead guitar, well, the lead break solo is done on the uranium pipe. So amazing. Brilliant. Then we get 7 Days to the Wolves. More great riffs in this, heavy, very melodic, brilliant. And the last track is Meadows of Heaven. Stunning solo this. It's a Spallady type track, great effects, and again Annette delivers. Marks out of 10, 10. I don't give 10s very much. Reason I'm going to give this a 10 is to fill the boots that Annette did and carry off this album was a great achievement for the band. They sounded as good as ever. Everyone thought, oh, Tiara's gone, what's it going to be like? I wasn't disappointed, and I don't think a lot of people were. She has got a terrific voice. It's a shame that she only lasted 2 albums, but on the whole, an absolute brilliant band. I'm sure everyone's listened to them, but if you haven't, go and listen to them. If you like Evanescence, you're going to like these. That's as simple as that. Okay, that's the end of this show. I'm going to take a bit of a break, and then I've got a brand new show coming up, Retro Ranking. I'm excited about that one. And before I go, just to remind you, you may be sick of this now, 7 o'clock on Thursday, we are going to do a live stream. We're going to look at what we'll be doing the next week, and then we're going to have a discussion about memorable gigs. You know, we've all not been to gigs lately, a long time, some of us. I think we'll just talk about our favourite gigs of all time and that sort of thing. Just join in, put the comments thing on the side. I'll read some out what people are saying. I think it'll be a really good night. Get a beer, sit down. It's just like being in the pub, but on the channel. So I will speak to you all later. Take care for now.